Mahathir Mohamad of Malaysia gave an exclusive interview to PTV World in which he spoke about his happiness upon coming to Pakistan on the invitation of Prime Minister Imran Khan. Prime Minister Mahathir mentioned during the interview that he knows Prime Minister Imran Khan since his cricketing days and feels that he should be given a chance to lead Pakistan.
I feel great. I'm very happy to be back in Pakistan and also to meet the Prime Minister, whom I had read about a long time ago when he was a cricketer, and when he came back to Pakistan and was involved in politics. We had always felt that Imran Khan should be given the opportunity to lead the nation.
On the development of Malaysia into a strong economy, Prime Minister Mahathir mentioned that the key was developing the agriculture and small and medium enterprises. He also emphasized the importance of domestic investors for any country's development, including Pakistan. Prime Minister Mahathir stressed on the need of elimination of corruption by promoting right values in the society. On promotion of tourism, Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad spoke about the need for stability and peace in the country. He also appreciated the great potential of Pakistan and mentioned that Malaysia and Pakistan should have great trade ties with each other.
One of the things that is important is, of course, the friendship between two leaders. And that is very important because then we talk the same language. We understand the same problem and the same ambition for our countries, and on that basis we can exchange information and we can tap all the resources available in both countries.
Reminiscing about successfully overcoming Asian currency crisis of 1997-98, Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad indicated that the key was freezing the exchange rate of Malaysian ringgit, contrary to what was being prescribed by IMF and World Bank. Hence, in his opinion, self-reliance is the key to success. On improving defense ties with Pakistan, Prime Minister Mahathir stressed that Muslim countries need to develop their arms industry and to develop a knowledge and IT-based economy. All in all, the positive tone and tenor of the interview of Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad and the successful culmination of his visit to Pakistan augurs well for Pakistan and Malaysia. Raza Khan, PTV World, Islamabad.
The Foreign Office spokesperson has said that the government and the people of Pakistan extend condolence on the loss of precious lives due to the capsizing of a ferry in Iraq. And he said that we have been joined and the bereaved families and people and the government of Iraq in the hour of grief and pray for the departed souls. The Islamic Organization for Cooperation has strongly condemned the horrendous and despicable Islamophobic terrorist attack on the two mosques in Christchurch, New Zealand. A final communique at the conclusion of the emergency meeting of the OIC foreign ministers in Istanbul appreciated the government of New Zealand for its unequivocal condemnation of the terrorist attack. The communique called upon all states to respect the freedom of religion of all Muslims and not to deny them the right to exercise their civil and cultural rights. It also firmly rejected all presumptions of guilt or attributions of potential crimes, extremism and terrorism to ordinary Muslims. The communique called upon the UN Secretary General to convene a special session of the UN General Assembly to declare Islamophobia as a form of racism and to assign a special reporter for monitoring and combating Islamophobia. Indian government seems to waste no opportunity to cash the anti-Pakistan rhetoric and achieve political mileage in the forthcoming general elections. The rhetoric and duplicity has touched new heights since the inception of the BJP-led government in New Delhi. In a recent incident, Indian government officials stood outside the Pakistan High Commission in New Delhi and informed Indian invitees not to participate in the Pakistan Day function. They tried to persuade the guests to not attend the program as Indian government has also boycotted the function. In contradiction to this move, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi sent a greeting message to Prime Minister Imran Khan on the Pakistan's National Day. Former puppet Chief Minister of the occupied Kashmir, Umar Abdullah, took to Twitter to highlight his confused and contradictory politics of the BJP leadership. Addressing these elements, Omar Abdullah wrote, "If only the spooks and other interested players stopping people from attending Pakistan's National Day ceremony had also stopped the Prime Minister Modi from sending his greeting message to Prime Minister Imran Khan." He pointed out that if they could do so, India would not look so confused in its policy towards Pakistan. Music Society of Sargodha University produced a patriotic mashup, Khayal Rakhna, in connection with the Pakistan Day celebrations. 15 members of the society contributed as vocalists and added colors to the celebrations with their melodious voices. Let's have a look.
जब हमने खुदा का नाम लिया, उसने इनाम दिया।
हर दिल के वक्त पर है चांद एक सितारा एक है, कलमा भी वाहिद परचम भी हमारा एक।
हर दिल के वक्त पर है चांद एक सितारा एक है, कलमा भी वाहिद परचम भी हमारा एक। हम एक दिल हम एक जान, हम एक दिल हम एक जान। हम जिंदा कौम है, आइंदा कौम है। हम जिंदा कौम है, आइंदा कौम है।
हम सबकी है पहचान, हम सबका पाकिस्तान, पाकिस्तान, पाकिस्तान। हम सबका पाकिस्तान।
ये धूप इसकी, ये छाँव इसकी, हमारी दौलत,
हमारी दौलत।
ये खाके पाक इसकी अपनी इज्जत है, अपनी अजमत
है, अपनी अजमत। ख्याल रखना, ख्याल रखना, ख्याल रखना, ख्याल रखना, ख्याल रखना, पाकिस्तान, पाकिस्तान, पाकिस्तान।
मेरा पैगाम पाकिस्तान, 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 पाकिस्तान। मेरा इनाम पाकिस्तान,
पाकिस्तान, पाकिस्तान, पाकिस्तान, पाकिस्तान।
मोहब्बत हमने है, मोहब्बत हमने है, मोहब्बत हमने है। हमका पैगाम पाकिस्तान,
पाकिस्तान, पाकिस्तान, पाकिस्तान, पाकिस्तान, पाकिस्तान, पाकिस्तान, पाकिस्तान, पाकिस्तान।
सोहनी धरती अल्लाह रखे, सोहनी धरती अल्लाह रखे, सोहनी धरती अल्लाह रखे, सोहनी धरती अल्लाह रखे।
Now, Nobel Peace Prize laureate Malala Yousafzai met with Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, expressing her expectations on the nation to take leadership to contribute to gender equality in the upcoming G20 summit. During her first visit to Japan, Malala is scheduled to make a keynote speech at the 5th World Assembly for Women and the Women 20 Japan 2019, along with Michelle Bachelet, United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, After talks with Abe, Malala said she applauds the Japanese government's efforts to improve gender equality in its workplaces and that she expects the host nation of G20 to lead the discussions to encourage leaders to build further funding for girls' education.
I applaud Prime Minister Abe for his support for womenomics and his efforts to bring gender equality to Japan's workforce.
Worshippers have returned to the Al Noor Mosque in Christchurch for the first time since the mass shooting. The building had closed so police could investigate the attack. 50 people were killed in shootings at two mosques on the 15th of March. As the Al Noor Mosque reopened, some 3,000 people walked through Christchurch for a March for Love intended to honor the victims. Several thousand New Zealanders marched for peace and love in Christchurch in the wake of the two attacks. Some carried placards calling for peace and opposing racism. People across New Zealand have outpoured various tributes and memorials to show their grief on these shootings. Before the march, officials entitled March for Love Christchurch Mayor Leanne Dalzee said the march was proof that the Christchurch community will be united by love and not divided by hate. US President Donald Trump has said he has ordered the withdrawal of recently imposed sanctions against North Korea. In a tweet, he mentioned additional large-scale sanctions by the US Treasury that had been added to already existing restrictions. It is believed he was referring to the Treasury's move on Thursday to blacklist two China-based shipping companies for reportedly violating sanctions against North Korea. Pyongyang has made no public comment on this. U.S. National Secretary Advisor John Bolton described the Treasury's sanctions at the time as important. In a tweet, he wrote that the maritime industry must do more to stop North Korea's illicit shipping practices. Special Counsel Robert Mueller has submitted his long-awaited report on the alleged collusion between Russia and President Donald Trump's 2016 campaign. A Justice Department official said Mr. Mueller's report did not recommend any further indictments. The special counsel has already charged 6 former Trump aides and dozens of Russians. Mr. Barr told congressional leaders in a letter that he anticipated being able to inform them of the report's key findings over the weekend. The report is intended to explain any prosecutorial decisions that the special counsel has made in the 22 months since his appointment by Deputy U.S. Attorney General Rod Rosenstein. President Donald Trump and other Republicans have repeatedly condemned the probe as a witch hunt. The U.S. backed Syrian